right, it looks like we are live and ready to go here. So welcome, friends. We're going to do some yoga this morning, and let's start with a seated position. Okay, let me just flip this down. There we go. So finding yourself seated on the floor nice and comfortably, I'm going to come grab a blanket here and sit up on the blanket. So when you do that, that gives you a little bit more space for the hips. And then the knees can relax down a little bit more. All right, so we have a nice, hot, steamy, rainy, humid Midwestern day. So that's your Midwestern weather report for today. And let's come into this comfortable seated position. So we want to keep the natural curves of the spine in the back, so we're not sitting up too straight, just a nice natural curve, but elongating that spine. All right, so if you're comfortable, you can close your eyes, and let's check in with the breath here. So if you're racing around, getting your stuff ready, or racing to get somewhere this morning, or if you've had a nice relaxing morning, just see what the breath is up to. And let's come into a alternate nostril breathing today. So we have the neighbor's dog is barking. I don't know if you can hear that in the background or not. Let's go ahead and do our alternate nostril breathing. So what we're going to do is tuck the index and the middle finger into the palm. Use the thumb and the ring finger of the right hand. If that's not comfortable to tuck those fingers in, you can rest those two fingers on the forehead. And then we're going to start with an exhale. Clear everything out. Close off the right nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. Switch nostrils. Exhale out the right side. Inhale right. Close off the right side. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close off the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close off the right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close off the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close off the right. Exhale left. Let's do one more round. Inhale left. Close off the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close off the right. Exhale left. Release the hand down to your lap and take a moment to notice. Maybe you can notice which side might be more clogged than the other. And then when you're ready, take a couple breaths just to come back to our regular breath. Nice. And then if you've closed your eyes, you can flutter the eyelids open, and let's come into a little bit of movement here. So let's start with the hands and wrists. We're gonna bring both arms straight out in front, tuck the thumbs under, wrap the fingers around, make circles around with the wrist. Getting into the elbows and the shoulders, one direction and the other. Excellent. And then release that. Let's bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, and make figure eights. Excellent. And then bring the hands apart and then switch which finger is on top. And do that figure eight again. Very nice. And then extend this right arm out, fingers back towards the shoulder. And thumb down towards the floor. Other side, fingers back towards the shoulder. And thumb down towards the floor. Excellent. Go ahead and shake that out. All right. Let's come up to the neck and shoulders. And we're going to move with the breath here. All right. So nice, comfortable, keeping the natural curves in the spine. And let's start with our exhale. So we're going to exhale, chin comes down to the chest. Inhale up, looking up. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale, coming up. And exhale back down. All right, so we're going to add an arm movement with this. So we'll bring the hands together. On the inhale, we're going to lift the head and the eyes and then open the arms up. Exhale, bring it back. Let's do that a couple times. Inhale, gaze comes to look up towards the ceiling, arms open up. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. And release that back down. Excellent. All right. So let's come into our next movement with the neck, which is going to be our lateral. And we're going to add an extra arm movement in there too. All right, so inhale here. Exhale, left ear comes towards that left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale, center. This next time, we're going to inhale, bring that left ear to the left shoulder and bring this right arm up with it. Exhale, bring them both back. And then the other side, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. So that gets more movement in that whole upper neck and back area. Feels great. All right, so let's do last 2 directions, which is our twist. So we'll inhale here at center. On the exhale, gaze comes around towards the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Beautiful. Okay, let's move down to the shoulders here. So we're going to do some shoulder rolls. Inhale, shoulders come up. Exhale, down and back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. All right, I'm gonna switch directions. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, down and forward. Beautiful. And then maybe a couple more times each side, whichever you prefer, or simply straight up and down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. All right, so let's move down the body here and come into the 6 directions of the spine, and then we'll move the legs. If they're getting tired now or uncomfortable, you can switch which legs in front, or both legs can come out straight, or if it's more comfortable seated in your chair, that works too. All right, so let's start with our cat and cow here. We're gonna exhale back. Inhale, rounding up, looking up. Exhale back. Inhale. And exhale. And then back to neutral. All right, let's do those laterals. If you have a block, you can use a block under your hand or simply the floor. Inhale, this right arm up. Or if you're mirroring, that could be your left arm. Just do both sides evenly. Exhale back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. And then let's do our little twist here. So we're going to inhale, lift the spine. Exhale, pick a side. I usually go left here. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And coming back to center. Beautiful. All right, let's do cat and cow. Coming back to symmetrical. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And then back to that neutral spot. Beautiful. All right, let's bring both legs out in front. And let's move ankles. All right, so if you want, you can pound the legs into the mat. And then I've got my legs straight out from the hips. You can bring them in closer or wider, whatever's comfortable. So we're going to start first by extending the heels away from the torso and a little bend in the knee. Otherwise, if the heels pop up, that means there's hyperextension in the knees. So I want to keep the heels on the floor. All right, on an inhale, we're going to point the toes. Exhale, flex. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. And then let's do circles around with the ankles. Do one at a time or both. At the same time, one direction, other. Maybe your feet can go independently. Excellent. And then let's do the soles of the feet in towards the center line. It's kind of hard to see there. So if this is, my hands are the soles of my feet turning in towards that center line. A nice movement in the ankle there. And then the opposite of that would be bringing the pinky toe towards the shoulder. Some juices flowing down in there. And then let's finish off with our windshield wipers. Excellent. All right, so let's go ahead and do some forward folds here. So finding comfortable width for the legs where they want to be. And then let's start with an inhale. We're going to lift the arms up on the exhale, folding or hinging at the hips. Tap the fingers down, inhale, come back up. Exhale, release. Tap the fingers down, inhale, coming back up. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Now rest your hands down and tuck the chin down. Release any tension that you're holding onto. And just relax into your pose. Take a breath here. And then when you're ready to come out, we're going to extend the arms out. Inhale. Exhale and release. Beautiful. All right, so for our next forward fold, we're going to bring one leg out a little bit wider and then bend the opposite leg. So right leg comes out a little bit, bending that left foot, or bending the left knee, left foot into that right thigh. Or opposite if you're doing the mirror. All right, so let's start again. We'll do that same thing. We're going to inhale the arms up, and we're folding over that leg. So you might come into a little bit of a twist here. So then we're going to exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, tap down, inhale, come back up. Exhale, forward fold. Tap fingers down, inhale, come back up. Exhale, forward fold. Tap down, inhale, come back up, exhale, and release. Lovely. Hand under the knee to pull that foot back in, extend the opposite leg out, bending that knee, foot comes into that other thigh. Same thing, here we go. Inhale, arms come up, exhale, hinge at the hips, tap down, inhale, come back up, exhale, forward fold. Tap down, inhale, and exhale. Very nice. One more. Inhale, and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, back up, exhale, and release. Use that hand under that straight leg, bring it back in, and then let's go both legs out wide. Again, going just as far as is comfortable for you. And then pushing in with the hands to come up onto the sit bones. All right, engaging the feet so the toes point up. And we're going to go forward first. So, and we're just going to walk it down the first round. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Just walking as far as is comfortable. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, walk it back up. And then let's add the arms this time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, back up. Exhale and release. All right, so let's do a very fun twist here. So if your legs are out too wide or in too narrow, you can move them at any time. We're gonna do we do this standing up, and I call it pinwheel. So we're just gonna go opposite hands and legs. So we'll see it first. Sure. Inhale, exhale, right hand to left foot. Inhale up, exhale, left hand, right foot. And that other arm comes back behind you. And then inhale, back up. Exhale, release. All right, let's do 3 of those. We're gonna inhale, arms come up. Exhale, right hand, left foot. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, other side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do one more time each side. Exhale, first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Excuse me. All right. So let's do, since that was a twist and a fold, let's go back to forward fold. And we're gonna bring the legs in this time. So you can bring the hands under the knees to bring the legs forward. And we'll just do 3 here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, last time up. Exhale, release the arms. Excellent. All right. So let's come up to our hands and knees. All right. So to start, since we've switched from seated to hands and knees, we're going to come into symmetrical. So that's our cat and cow. And your hands can be anywhere that's comfortable. If you tend to have wrist issues, so I tend to do this so that my wrists are under my shoulders. But if that's uncomfortable, you can bring the hands out further. So it would have been like here, so bringing it up. That gives a little bit more space in there. The other option is rolling up your mat. And that'll give you some, so the base of the hand, base of the palm is on that rolled up mat. Or if you have one of those wedges, that works too. All right. And then the knees can be wherever's comfortable too. So if you have any kind of hip or knee issues, you're always free to adjust where things are. All right, so let's start with our cat and cow. Our cow, we'll do our cat first, sorry. So on an exhale, shoulder blades up towards the ceiling, tuck the chin. So we have that upper curve of the wheel. And then on an inhale, we're gonna round up, looking forward, leading with the collarbones. Now we have that bottom half of the circle with the spine. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Coming back to the neutral spine. And let's come and do our lateral here. So this right hand is gonna come over to the left, or vice versa, just do both sides, and turning and looking at that left foot. And let's breathe into this lower right rib cage. One more breath. Beautiful. And that right hand comes back. Let's bring that left hand over, looking around towards that right foot and breathing into that lower left rib cage. Two full breaths here. Beautiful. And then walk that hand back. All right, let's come into our gate pose. So I'm gonna bring this right foot out to the side. Left hand stays where it is, and then on an inhale, we'll bring that right hand up towards the ceiling. That's our open twist. And then you can bring that right hand down, tuck that right knee under, and going to the other side. Left leg comes out. And on an inhale, bring that left arm up towards the sky. Excellent. We'll bring that left hand down, tuck that left knee under, and then I'm going to do a high kneel gate pose. Okay. So starting this way with the left leg out first. So left leg out. And if you have a block and you need it to switch sides, you can go ahead and grab that down in front there. Left hand can be on that left hip or down that left leg. You're going to inhale this right arm up, and then exhale, bring that right hand towards that left foot. And if comfortable for your neck and shoulder, you can look up at that upper hand, or at the horizon, or down at the floor, wherever it feels good for you. And then bring that right arm down. Tuck that left knee under, and let's do the other side. Right leg comes out. Right hand on that right hip or down that right leg. Inhale this left arm up. Exhale, bring it over towards that other foot. Excellent. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, release. Tuck that knee under. And then let's come into our downward facing dog. So back to tabletop. You walk the hands out a little bit. Curl the toes under. On an inhale, we're going to lift the hips up. And I like to bring my feet out a little bit wider at the bottom of my mat. You might like yours closer in. Either way, let's take a moment here and walk our dog. Bending one knee, extending the opposite heel towards the floor. And then when you're done with that, we're going to lengthen the legs. Kind of give them a little bit more straightening, but keeping a softness in the knees. And then we're going to push in with the arms to lengthen the torso, sending the hips towards that back wall. And then when you're ready, we're going to walk the hands back to the feet or step the feet up to the hands and come into our forward fold. So I usually walk my feet back in a little bit closer. If you're in close and you need to move them out or out and move them in, go for it, whichever works for you. All right, so next we want to come up to standing so we can do some half sun salutations. All right, so we're gonna bend the knees nice and deep, arms come out to the side, push in with the feet, inhale, and then bring the arms all the way up to the sky, exhale, hands to heart. All right, so we're gonna be standing up. I'm gonna adjust my screen a little bit. So the first thing we want to do is come into our warrior one. And before we do any arm movements, we want to check the breath here. And we're going to check it in the lower rib cage. So some people breathe just into the belly. Some people breathe just into this upper part of the lungs. We want the whole torso engaged. And to check that, we're checking the ribs here. So when we inhale, the space in between the ribs expands and it comes out a little bit. This is about where your diaphragm is. And that's the muscle that moves down when you inhale and up when you exhale. All right, so finding a comfortable standing position. And let's take a couple of breaths here. If you have your balance and you want, you can close your eyes. All right, here we go. So on an inhale. And now exhale. So hopefully you can feel the difference or at least a little bit of movement in here. If not, that's okay. Just bring your hand, one to the belly and one to the heart, and feel that movement. So we're just playing with it, seeing where it's going. Let's take a couple more breaths like that. Inhale. And exhale. On this, so we're going to inhale. On the next exhale, bring the belly button in towards the spine. So inhale. Exhale, belly button to spine. All the way out the nose. Beautiful. All right, release the hands wherever they were. And let's come into our warrior one here. So first thing we're going to do is turn the left foot out and step this right foot forward. And it doesn't have to be a huge wide stance. That's perfectly fine. Just, one length, that's fine. And let's start just by warming up that knee. So we're going to start with an inhale. On the exhale, bend the knee. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. If that back leg is uncomfortable, you can always bend that back knee as well. And then when you're ready, push off and step it back. Excellent. All right. Let's, since we did some new things with the neck and shoulders, let's start with the arms, cactus arms with our warrior one. Turn left foot out, step this right foot forward. On an inhale, we're going to bring the arms up to cactus arms and bend that front knee. You can bend that back knee if that's uncomfortable to have it more straight. Exhale, return. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Excellent. Bend that front knee and step it back. All right, other side. Turn that right foot out, left foot forward. And let's do the other side. Same style arms. Inhale, cactus arms, bend that front knee. Bend that back knee if that's uncomfortable, having it straight. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. And exhale. Excellent. Bend that front knee, push off, and step it back. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to go full arms on this next round. If you prefer to stick with the cactus arms, you're welcome to do that, or hands to heart if that feels better too. All right, turn the left foot out, step that right foot forward. And then on an inhale, arms come up. Bend the front knee. Exhale, bring it back. So the other thing I want you to pay attention to is where your head is going with this. So I have a tendency, and hopefully I've broken that for the most part, to look up when I bring my arms up. I don't want you to do that. That's going to compress the cervical spine, so the back of the neck. So what you want to do is keep the gaze forward and maybe even tuck the chin a little bit when the arms come up. All right, so try that again. See where the head is. Inhale, arms up, bend the knee. Exhale, bring it back. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale. So the tendency when the head comes up and the arms come up is you're getting into a deeper back bend with that, but you're compressing all the way up in the neck. So that's why I'm going to keep gaze forward, chin slightly tucked. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Excellent. Bend the front leg, push off, and step it back. All right, second side. Turn that right foot out, step that left foot forward, or vice versa if you're doing the mirror. Here we go. Inhale, arms up, bend the knee. Keep the chin tucked, gaze forward. Exhale back. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale. Excellent. And one more. Beautiful. Bend that front leg, push off, and step it back. Awesome. Let's come to our warrior. No, actually, we forgot to do our half sun salutation because it's raining and sun's not out. So that's what I forgot. So let's do that, and then we'll do our warrior 2. So finding the feet probably at least hip width distance apart. You can go wider depending on your balance. You can go more narrow, whatever works for you. All right, so let's, we'll start with the arms out to the side. So we'll come with hands to the heart. You're going to inhale, drop the hands down, arms come all the way up. Exhale, arms out to the side, forward fold. A little softness in the knee. Inhale, halfway lift, hands can come to the front of the legs. Extending out through the tailbone, out through the crown of the head. Those ways. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, arms out to the side, coming all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, arms out to the side, bend the knees all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. One more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, arms out, push in with the feet all the way up. Hands together, exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Okay, the next round I'm going to do is arms out forward, like that. If that's uncomfortable on your back, go back to arms out to the side. All right, here we go. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come to the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Arms come to the ears, and then bend the knees, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms to the ears. Push in all the way up. Hands together, hands to heart. One more. Inhale. Hinge at the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms to the ears, all the way up. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart. Lovely. Okay, let's come warrior two. All right, so I usually start my warrior one with my right leg forward, so I do my warrior two with my left leg forward. Okay, so let's see, is this a good spot? That'll work. All right, so step this left foot forward. Back foot is at 90 degrees. Actually, we'll go this way first. And then we're going to bend that front knee over that front ankle. Torso is facing the same direction as that back foot. Hands at the heart, arms open to the side. Gaze is over those left fingers if your left foot is in front. If you're right, do your right. All right, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Extend out through the fingers. And let's take a moment here to check in. Maybe even if you want, check the rib cage with your breath. Very nice. And you bring your arms back up. And then let's move around a little bit here. So we'll go side angle pose first. Left forearm, left thigh, right hand, right hip. Send that right shoulder back. And then if you want, you can bring that right arm up towards the ceiling or overhead. Take a breath here. And then all the way around to peaceful warrior. Left arm up towards the sky, right arm down on that right thigh. Gaze can be up at the right thumb, at the horizon, or down towards the floor, depending on how your balance feels today. And then let's go back to side angle pose. Breath here. And then all the way around to peaceful warrior. And one more time through side angle pose. And peaceful warrior. Beautiful. Let's finish with our warrior two. Extend the fingers out again, soften the shoulders. Drop the hands and bring feet back together. All right, this time we'll come over this way. So right foot forward this time, or left if you're doing the mirror. We're going to bend this front knee over that front ankle. Torso faces the same direction as that back foot. Hands together at the heart, arms open to the side. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Extend out through the fingers. Let's take a moment. And actually, if you want to check the rib cage again, bring the hands to the rib cage. Take a couple of breaths here. Fabulous. And then arms come back up. And let's move through our two poses again. Side angle pose, this right forearm comes to that right thigh. Left hand on that left hip and send that left shoulder back. And then from here, if you want, bring that left arm up towards the ceiling. And then when you're ready, peaceful warrior. Right hand up towards the ceiling, left arm down on that left thigh. Beautiful. Back to side angle pose. And then all the way around to Peaceful Warrior. And one more time through. Side angle pose. And last time, Peaceful Warrior. Let's come back to our Warrior 2. Extend out through the fingertips. Check in with the breath. Drop the hands down and step the feet back together. All right, let's find our mountain pose next. So you can start with big toes touching, a couple of inches between the heels, or hip width distance, or more. See what works for you today. And then let's come up the body. So if you want, you can lift the toes up off the floor, feeling those 3 corners, or 4 if you prefer. And then set the toes back down. Check in with the kneecaps. Sometimes they come in, so I just want them softened so that they can move naturally. And then hip points here, in towards each other, imagining pulling them towards each other. You're tying up your shoe. Excellent. And then softening the lower rib cage. Nice. And then we have back heart alignment. So the shoulders soften, and then the shoulder blades come in towards each other and in towards the heart. Hyoid bone, back towards the back of the neck, and then up towards the sky. A little tuck with the chin, crown of the head up towards the sky. Palms face forward or towards each other, depending on how it feels in your shoulders. I feel like I get a little bit more opening up here. And then when you're ready, take 1 or 2 more breaths. Excellent. And release. Excuse me. All right. Next, let's come into our, let's see, what do we want to do next? Let's come back down onto the floor. And we're going to come up to triangle from the floor. So if you have blocks and you want to use them, or your triangle or your lunge, you're welcome to do that. If you need a blanket under your knees, go ahead and grab that. And we're going to come down to hands and knees. So since we went from standing to kneeling, hands and knees, we're going to come back to cat and cow again for our counter pose. So we'll start with our cat. Go exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine, towards the sky. Inhale, leading with the collarbones, the opposite curve. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Excellent. And then coming back to a neutral spine. And let's come up into our lunge. So if you have blocks and you want to use them, just a little bit of a tilt again. All right. So if you have blocks and you want to use them, you can do that. Bring this right leg out and around or through the center. And let's take a moment here for a pelvis drop. So we're going to bring it down towards the floor. There we go. And then release back to center. Let's come up onto that right knee if comfortable. You can stay on the blocks. And then one more, bringing the arms up towards the sky. And then we'll work our way back. Hands to the knees and then hands to the blocks. So from here, now we're going to come up into our triangle pose. So we're going to curl the toes of that back foot. On an inhale, lift the hips up. And then for stability, we're going to bring that left heel down to the floor. So it's a pivot of that foot. Excellent. All right. Right hand can stay on the block or on the floor. And then we're going to bring this left arm up towards the sky. So you can keep a bend in that front knee, whatever's comfortable. And then bring that left hand down, pivot that back foot, and come down to that knee. And then we'll switch which leg's in front. So that right knee comes back, left leg comes either out and around or through. And let's start with that pelvic drop towards the floor, opening up the front of the hip. Excellent. And then back to center. Bring your hands up onto that knee. And then one more if you like. Arms come up. That chin tucked a little bit. Excellent. And then hands come back down to the knee. And then down to the blocks or the floor. And then let's curl the toes of that back foot. On an inhale, we're going to lift the hips up. Pivot that back foot so that the heel comes to the floor. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring this right arm up towards the ceiling or the sky. So you can keep a little bend in that front knee if you need, or if you like. And then when you're ready, we'll bring that right arm down, pivot that back foot down to the knee. And the other knee. Excellent. All right, so let's do a little cat and cow again. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Excellent. All right, let's come over and sit on one side. Bring feet up to the top of the mat. Hands on the knees, and let's roll down onto flat of the back. Beautiful. All right, so Apanasana. Since we went from kneeling down to the floor, counter pose again. So hands on the knees. Exhale, knees come in. Inhale, release. Or hands at the joint between the thigh and the hip. Hands slide up on the exhale. Inhale, hands slide down. So either way, wherever you prefer your hands. And then I'm going to also recommend the knees come out a little bit wider. That gives you a little bit more space in that lower lumbar curve and then also in the back of the neck. All right, so let's do a few here. Exhale, knees come in. Inhale, release. Beautiful. And then let's bring the feet down to the mat, one at a time. And extend both legs all the way straight out. Arms come down by your side. We're going to zip the legs up next to each other, toes pointed up towards the ceiling. I like to call mermaid legs. And then we're just going to move the arms here. So we're going to inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bring them back. Another option is cactus arms. Inhale. So we're just bending at the elbow here. Exhale, arms come down. Third option is palms face up, and we're going to do snow angel arms. Inhale, arms come up towards the crown of the head. They don't have to go all the way up there, just as far as is comfortable for those shoulders. Exhale, arms back down by your side. So I'm going to do each of those three again. If you have a preference, go ahead and stick with that one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms back down. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms back down. Last one, inhale, arms slide up. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. Beautiful. Arms out to your sides. And then we're going to move just the hands. So we'll start with the palms facing the floor. Inhale, palms face up. Exhale, palms face down. So we're just flipping the palm here. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Release that. Release the legs away from each other. Let the feet fall however comfortable. Arms can come away from the body, and you can have the palms face up or the palms face down. Maybe tuck the shoulder blades in if that feels okay. And we're going to come into our relaxation pose. And because I have it out, I'm going to grab my chair to put my legs up on. So if you don't, that's fine. You can just stay where you are. All right, so let's do a full body relaxation, walking down the body, relaxing each part as we go. Starting with the toes. Relax the toes, the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet, and the heels. Relax the ankles. Release the calves and shins. Relax the knees. Relax the top of the thighs, the back of the thighs, and that space behind the knees. Let the pelvis be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Let the shoulders be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrists. Relax the hands, fingers, and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Let the tongue be heavy and fall from the roof of the mouth. Let the eyes be heavy and fall to the back of the head. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thought seep out the top of the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Take the next few moments and just be. Gently coming back into awareness. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Roll your head side to side. If you have your legs up on the chair, gently move the chair out of the way. If you don't, rolling over onto your right or left side. Take a couple breaths here, bringing your attention back into the room. When you're ready, using your upper hand to push up to a comfortable seated position. And to bring breath back into the body and find us safely on our way out into rain. Let's finish with our sun breath number 2. No, this is 3. Okay. Palms together, elbows and forearms together. We're going to inhale, open. Exhale, closed. And you can do the head movement with it too. So the inhale, and then exhale, chin comes down, arms come back. Inhale, head comes up, exhale back. Inhale, and exhale. And 1 or 2 more because that feels great today, doesn't it? Inhale, exhale. Let's go, last one, inhale, and exhale. Hands come together, back to the heart. I wish you a beautiful, happy Friday or whatever day it is that you get to watch this. Thank you for joining me, and namaste.